From Romano Leadership, I'm Oscar Romano. This is Learn, Reflect, Lead. Leadership and DEIA development for mission-driven individuals and organizations. This episode is titled, Every One-on-One Check-In Should Include These 5 Key Topics. This episode is for you if you're an employee looking for ways to improve your one-on-one check-ins with your manager. If you're a manager looking for ways to improve your one-on-one check-ins with your employee. Or if you're an employee or a manager who doesn't use a one-on-one check-in agenda, but is looking for one. Today, we're going to talk about one-on-one check-ins and what you can do to improve your one-on-one check-ins with others. Have you heard something like this from a manager before? So what's on your mind today? What do you want to talk about? What's going on? Tell me something. If there's no agenda after those questions, it can lead to a frustrated direct report. So let's review the basics behind the one-on-one check-in. One-on-one check-ins between a manager and their direct report are a sacred space. Managers risk harming the relationship with their direct report when they aren't prepared. It's true what they say. Employees don't quit their jobs, they quit their managers. In many situations, the manager is the closest connection a person has with their job. Employees count on their managers for so much, so it's up to the managers to do right by their employees. Managers are responsible for developing, motivating, and connecting with their direct reports. That's up to them, nobody else. And the prime place to do that is during one-on-one check-ins. But there are some mindset barriers that can get in the way. And I choose to believe that everybody wants to be a great manager. They all want to succeed, and they all want to help their direct reports succeed too. But here's some barriers that managers might need to address when looking to improve their one-on-one check-ins. Number 1, who's got the time? When you move into a managerial role, you're responsible for your work and that of your direct reports. And there's so much more to complete within the same amount of time. Preparation for check-ins can be the first to go when you get busy. Number 2, is an agenda necessary? You might think that regularly meeting with your direct report is enough. I don't need an agenda if I meet with them every week, do I? You believe having a rough outline in your head is good enough for your direct report. Number 3, what about their input? You may want your direct reports to feel like they're part of the process, so you don't want to waste time creating a lengthy, detailed one-on-one plan. You might not want it to seem like you're micromanaging your direct reports. So what about the direct reports perspective? Well, I once had a client, let's call him Francisco, who told me he wished his manager was more prepared for their check-ins. At the time, they only ever seemed to focus on project updates. But Francisco wanted to feel like his manager cared about his development. Since their primary touch point was a one-on-one check-in, Francisco placed a lot of weight on that check-in. It was really important to him. And Francisco told me that there were 5 things that he wanted from his manager during each check-in. They were really important to him. And here are the 5 key check-in topics that Francisco used to improve his check-ins with his manager. Every manager should incorporate these 5 one-on-one check-in topics into their direct reports check-in meetings. Use them in your one-on-one check-in agenda. Number 1, trust building. You're never done improving your relationship with your direct report. An effective team dynamic starts with a solid foundation of trust. You can leverage purposeful questions to help continue building trust with your direct reports. And you can check out an app that we have called Build Up Teams that have thousands of questions that you can use. Number 2, feedback to your direct report. The primary vehicle by which you can develop your direct report is feedback. Direct reports deserve clarity on their progress in the role, and feedback helps you give them that clarity. Feedback tells your direct report how they're doing and what they're doing well and where they can improve. Number 3, feedback from your direct report, because development isn't a one-way street. Direct reports can provide managers with valuable insights through feedback. Managers can leverage this newfound information to improve their work. Asking for feedback also shows their direct reports that their managers value their opinion. Number 4, goal tracking. Effective managers set goals to maintain high-level performance with their teams. But setting goals doesn't matter if you're not tracking goal progress. You can energize your direct reports by checking in with them about their goal progress at every check-in. And number 5, status updates. When managers are up to date on their employees' work, employees are 7 times more engaged. And when employees feel ignored, employees are 15 times more disengaged. People want to feel like their manager acknowledges their progress. Show your direct report that you care by preparing for your next one-on-one check-in. Make it easy on yourself and save some time by incorporating the 5 key one-on-one check-in topics that we just talked about today. So it's time to commit. Which of the 5 key check-in topics do you need to focus on? Which are already strengths of yours? And which are weaknesses? So I have an offer for you. Could you use a proven one-on-one check-in agenda template? Well, just check the notes for a link to a one-on-one check-in agenda that incorporates the 5 key check-in topics that I shared. I've used it before and I've had plenty of success with it, and so have my clients. So it can be yours now. All you need to do is click on that link. Let me know how it goes. Thanks. That's it for this episode of Learn, Reflect, Lead. Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening via podcast. If you're interested in more, you can find me at romanoleadership.com or connect with me on LinkedIn at Romano Leadership. If you like this episode, please share it with your friends, subscribe, and leave a review. I'm Oscar Romano. Until next time.